Hey YouTube, welcome to winter in Toledo, Ohio. My job today is to work on a Range Rover Sport that has an issue where the temperature in the engine coolant reports a sensor issue saying that it's below expected. The temperature gauge seems to be fine, but the temperature of the water coolant sits at like the normal middle position. But if you ever reset the ECU, the temperature gauge immediately drops, and that's kind of weird, right? Because that should be controlled by the thermostat, which is mechanical and not electrical. So why it would depend on the ECU is a bit of a mystery. But it's obviously got something to do with one of these sensors. So today we're going to take a look at how you replace that sensor and where that sensor is located, and then later on we'll find out whether that actually did the job. Okay, so looking at the engine bay, this is a 2007 Range Rover Sport with the 4.4 litre V8, and so far what I've done is I've removed this guy, just the intake pipe between the air intake on the passenger side in the US and the throttle body, so that's come off. I also moved a coolant line out of the way because what we're trying to get to is that temperature sensor there. So this little guy down here, I'm moving all my tools around, that's our temperature sensor. So I bought a new one. It was only about $15. Let me see if I can show you the old one. So this is what it looks like. This is your temperature sensor for your coolant. The O-ring on it is a little bit messed up, but this is actually pretty new. It came with a new thermostat housing, so I had to replace the thermostat housing because, and if you want to see this in a prior video, there was a crack here. So this little groove here had actually cracked. I don't know how old it was, but I got it anyway. I got a replacement. That job was not particularly easy to do. It was very doable, but it involved getting to that. You have to take off the throttle body, and to take off the throttle body, you have to remove this cover here and also the fan, the cooling fan. So that was a bit of a hassle. So the job today was to hopefully get to this coolant sensor without doing that. And I know it is possible because I've actually already done it. The only thing I haven't done is put this clamp back on. So in order to take that sensor off, you have to pull the wire off the back of it. The wire is this guy here. So you got to push down on the tab on the back and then push this one back. That actually kind of is a little bit of a two-handed job with multiple screwdrivers. And then once you've done that, the actual sensor it looks kind of like it's got a screw on it, but it does not screw into position. It actually is held in position by a little metal clamp. So that metal clamp, you can get it off. Obviously be very careful pulling it off. If you're not careful, you could end up dropping it into the depths of the engine compartment and have to take off all the panels on the bottom, which would probably double the length of this job. But I'm going to try and get this back on again, put it all back together again, hopefully no more than 5 to 10 minutes. But that's pretty much it for this job, and well, don't know that for sure it's going to fix my issue, but if anyone is interested to know whether you can get to that sensor without dismantling the entire throttle body and everything, because getting that off is I don't know, an hour or two of work, probably half a day for an amateur like me. But I have a video on that, but I didn't want to do that again if I didn't have to. So this just shows that it is possible. So thanks. I'll let you know whether this works.